Today's spookerific spot's continuing and having a look at the final set of figures from the character Series 1 Scooby-Doo, Velma and Dracula. You want to take a guess where Socrates is? He's back on that website, looking to find love. You won't find love on there, you'll find trouble. But what do I know? Apparently I don't know Murder of Crows. I don't know. We're having a look though at Scooby-Doo, Velma and Dracula. This is the final set of figures, and yes, Velma is a train wreck. But we'll get into that in a second. I can't spoil the surprise just yet. It's recommended for ages 3 and up. Back in the package. Dracula's chasing her. I guess they're running? Is she running? Who knows? They read up on Velma Dinkley. Velma is the resident whiz kid of Mystery Inc. Her hyper-analytical mind deciphers clues almost as fast as she can say jinkies. Although the group tries to stick together, Velma often ends up wandering off by herself, usually dropping her glasses, searching for a clue while Scooby-Doo's weakness is snacks. Velma's weakness is her glasses. Yeah, see? Without her black-rimmed specs, she's Dunsky. She's lost. Dracula, we've got with pale skin and menacing eyes. Dracula is known for his ability to transform into a vampire bat and mysteriously disappear into his coffin. I was waiting for some really dramatic music, but I didn't really have anything on cue, so we'll just pretend like there was music there. Other characters down below are Scooby-Doo and Frankenstein's monster, Shaggy and the Wolfman, Scooby and the Phantom Racer, and Daphne and the Skeleton Man. Collect them all. Spot's going to take a very terrifying break and get this opened up, but when we come back, we're going to get a better look at the character Scooby-Doo, Velma and Dracula, Series 1 set. I wanted to go on a high. That wasn't really a high. There's more spooky spots coming your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so I think what we will do is we'll look at Velma last. I want to touch base on that figure. Crap. But we're going to look at Dracula first. Now, face value, Dracula should be a pretty decent looking figure, but he has a lot wrong with him. I thought his cape would have obstructed movement in his arms, but luckily you can still bend the arms out. He has a weird stance to him, almost in the same way as the vampire or the Frankenstein's monster had that weird stance. But unlike Frankenstein, he can stand if you have his arms down. And I say that, now I can't get him to properly stand. But he does stand if you have his arms down. When you have him up, perhaps maybe not on a fabric backdrop, but on a flat shelf, you could probably get him to stand a little bit better. The cape just feels like dense plastic. In fact, it almost doesn't even read like a cape. It reads like he's on like a glider. Like he's actually strapped to the top of a glider or on the underside of a glider, and he's flying around. Maybe that's how he flies. The cape is just a dense plastic. I wish it had just a little bit of curve to it. I wish it had something other than just coming across flat. His face is disastrous. Not as disastrous as Velma's, mind you, but the face is pretty crappy. The eyes aren't bad, and the teeth are decent enough, but it just doesn't come together at all. And he's got all this mangled paint all over the side of his face. Even up here, it's not clean at all. The suit, while being gray, also comes across a little on the pasty side. It just, to me, of all the figures, the ones that we've looked at, Dracula reads the most to me as a basic, non-painted plastic that somebody has crudely painted with a paintbrush. Maybe they use like those little acrylic paints you get at like a school supply store, and you've just given this to a 10-year-old, here, just paint this. It comes across goopy, it comes across sloppy. The paint's not bad, but it just seems messy, if I can be completely honest here. Poseability again on Dracula. You can move his head, not very much though. You can move his arms, and that's about all you can really do with him. He's almost as unposable as Frankenstein's monster. I guess he really is as unposable as Frankenstein's monster because you can only really move the arms. But those are the characters. Let's actually move Velma out of the way for a second. We'll put Dracula there. Dracula. Oh, he just doesn't stand. I don't know why they give him these awkward stance. Frankenstein's monster. I know he's not going to stand. Oh, he's not going to stand. Let's bring in some of the other characters. There's Skeleton Man. Skeleton Man. Come on, stand up, guys. Stand up. The Werewolf. Wolfman. And Phantom Racer. There's your ghosts that were in this set. You know, kind of really looking at all of them. They're not, none of them are really spectacular, but I might also say my favorite from this set probably would be the Frankenstein's monster. It just seems less problematic than the rest of these. But there are your monsters. All right, so let's move those all out of the way. Say goodbye, monsters. Put those to the side. We'll keep Dracula here. All right, let's bring back Velma. Oh boy, let's have a look at Velma. Let's get the big elephant out of the room. What is wrong with her eyes? Her eyes look like her face got wet and her eyes just started sliding down her face. Not even the glasses are keeping these eyes in check. The lenses, if you will, have moved so far off the glasses. I'm surprised they're not starting. Oh, they are. They're starting to go onto her nose. The glasses should have been way up here. At least the lenses should have been way up there. But no, they're not. They're way far down. And if that's a machine that's done that, even like the angle of the eyes don't seem straight. They seem like if the lenses are this way, the eyes been printed on come across like they've been angled down. So they don't even line up in the sense that they're the same angle as the frame of the glasses. Whoa, that's a rough one. This eye is somewhat passable, and by somewhat, I don't mean like it's someone who just barely scrapes by in grades, and they go home and they celebrate. I passed. Yeah, but you passed by just a sliver. This one, on the other hand, has failed. It's going to summer school. Its chances of coming back for next year in the same class, slim to none. This eye is Rick from Degrassi Junior High. This one here is Joey Jeremiah. He's got to repeat the same grade. And let's hope the eye is a little more corrected in the next grade when you're hanging out with Caitlin. That's a Degrassi Junior High reference nobody's going to get. All right, let's compare her next to Daphne. Now, I didn't mention that Daphne is what appeared to be the same height. That's not true. She is a little higher, but not really much. Daphne should be, well, really, Velma should be taller anyways, but like all the scales are off on these. Daphne should be a little bit taller, but not to the level that she's only really like half a head taller than Velma. Like this one, overall, the figure body is not a great start anyways. Velma's body is at least decent, but man, oh man, those eyes are terrible. Well, let's move Dracula over. Let's stack out the gang. Of course, the only one missing is Fred. Scrappy-Doo, if you want to count him as well. Let's bring in Shaggy. There he is. Shaggy's really the best of the bunch. Scooby, I got really no qualms with Scooby, but there's the gang. There's all four of them right there. The worst, Velma. Prior to doing Velma, I thought Daphne was going to be the worst, but no, Velma is the worst of this bunch, of this quartet, if you will. When it comes to her posability, Velma's head is on a rotation. She rotates on the arms, a bend at the elbow, nothing in the waist, a slight bend on the legs, which more so back than forward, and a bend at the knees. Articulation, it's passable. Face is disaster. Well, face could be good. The paint, though, is disastrous. It's disastrous. Today's spooktacular spots, I was wrapping up his reviews, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed these. We were looking at the character Scooby-Doo Series 1. This was Series 1. Scooby-Doo. Spooky spots. Today, though, we were having a look at the final figure. This was Daphne and Count Chocula. It's not Count Chocula, but we were looking at Dracula. Certainly, even though we are finished these spooky spots, guys, there are still more before the end of Spottober. So stay tuned for those. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.